Everyone is taking shots at LeBron now. His former GM, David Griffin, is the latest, saying he was miserable working with LeBron and adding, quote, "I don't think he's the same animal anymore about winning." LeBron appeared to respond to that yesterday, tweeting, "Enough is enough. The throne has been played with too much." And Kyle Kuzma defended his teammate, telling ESPN, quote, "This offseason, you see people slandering his name. But he's been super motivated this offseason between shooting movies. He is in the gym." So, Shannon, what do you expect from LeBron this season?
A virtuoso for the entire season. I expect him to be on his best behavior. Kyle Kuzma is absolutely right. There are a lot of people saying a lot of things about LeBron James. He stepped off a cliff. He's going into year 17. He's not the same guy. And then you get David Griffin, who LeBron thought was a good friend of his. But as LeBron, as I relayed to LeBron, people don't really change. Is that sometimes their mask falls off and we get an opportunity to see them for who and what they actually are. And I think that's what happened in this David Griffin situation. LeBron probably viewed him as a confidant, but then his mask accidentally fell off, and LeBron got an opportunity to see who and what David Griffin actually was. But Kyle Kuzma's right. LeBron James skipped for the first time since 2010. He didn't play a basketball game in June. He took, the last 2 weeks of the season off because I think he missed the final 10 games. So he's had three and a half months break from basketball to refresh, recharge his batteries. He coming back on a mission. Just like you say, oh, Ben has something to prove. He wants to do this. Dak Prescott not being on the top 100 has something to prove. Can you imagine being the GOAT, being the best player in the NBA for the last decade, and then all of a sudden people say you stepped off a cliff? You're going to eat those words. Y'all going to pay dearly.
You know what I find amusing? Is that
what do you find amusing?
Kyle Kuzma is saying that the GOAT is getting slandered by everybody this offseason. Well,
yeah, he is.
How can he be the GOAT if everybody's going to slander him? Because, trust me, nobody ever slandered Michael Jordan, who is and was the GOAT. You know it, and I know it. Nobody
Well, they didn't have social media back then,
negatively about Michael. They just didn't. I mean, everybody was just in awe of him because he deserved it, and he continued to earn it. And LeBron continues to have to tell us. It's like he's going to post on IG, "Comeback season for the ages." And then he responds to David Griffin by saying, "Ether. I'm bringing out the ether. I am the king. You cannot mess with that throne." What throne? He abdicated last year.
Let it burn slow.
He went to Hollywood with no co-star, and we saw the result. He finally got hurt, and he went 28 and 27 in the games he actually started. That's not throne. That's not king emoji anymore. That's old news. That's prehistoric times for LeBron.
But I already know what the narrative's going to be from Skip Bayless and others. Michael Jordan would have never needed a guy of Anthony Davis' caliber to do this, to win a title. See, it's always going to be something.
I don't mind.
LeBron James. Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah,
no, well, I'm not that big an AD fan, so we'll see. I'm on record saying, yeah, he might be a good complimentary player, but we'll see about
that. When LeBron does this, you're going to find. No, you know what, Skip Bayless? I already know what you're going to do. Because they're going to win the title, and you're going to give all the credit to AD. Well, LeBron just went along for a great ride, just like he said he did with Kyrie. Kyrie hit the shot of shots.
Did he?
You see that shot?
Yeah,
oh,
he did.
Oh, Ray Allen saved his legacy.
Did he not?
Hold on.
Fact.
Hold on. In Game 7 of the NBA Finals, when Metta World Peace hit that three-point shot against the Celtics,
that's fine.
Did that save Kobe's legacy?
I'll give you that. We're not talking about Kobe. We're talking about LeBron.
No, we talking about saving legacy. That's what we talking about. Stop trying to...
Legacy got saved by Ray Allen. You know it, and I know it. Okay?
Well,
so
guess what?
On record, he's saying, comeback season for the ages. I'm waiting to see, because I only say on this show what I see on TV.
We will wait and see. Plenty to...
well, I'm going to see it in person.
Okay, good.
Fair enough. Enough LeBron for right now, guys. The NFL made a major rule change, and I have a feeling, Shannon, I think he hates it. I'll tell you about it next.
I do. You know, and Mike Freeman wrote a great article yesterday, like, he has execs around the league puzzled. Like, you know how your bread is buttered. Like I said, Greg, I used the analogy earlier. I said, well, you don't need flour to cook a steak, but you need flour to make biscuits. Well, if your offense is not centered around the running game, you don't need the league's leading rusher to win a title. But when you built your entire offense with 3 first-round draft picks at the offensive line and a number 4 overall pick at the running back position, you best believe you need that. Because if you had, you know, one of these other guys, say a Breeze or my homeboy Tom Brady, yeah, you probably don't. But since you don't even have a top 100 player playing quarterback, that's what the players have spoken. That's not me talking, Skip. I know you get upset at me when I talk, but the players spoke, and they say, no, you not 100. So you need Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott says, I know y'all need me, because did you see that list? Did you see where I ranked? And did you see where everybody else ranked? Give me my money.
So, back to your analogy of steak, as I told you earlier, I don't want a biscuit, I want the steak. I want lean, low-fat steak, but I want steak. You can eat all the biscuits you want to eat, but I don't need flour, I just want the steak. Yeah. Jerry Jones wants the steak. He will have the steak. Greg is on the right path here because when it comes to playing hardball, when it comes to playing the game of blink, as in who blinks first, I promise you, Zeke will blink before Jerry. It's the way Zeke is built. He loves football. He loves to practice football. Emmitt Smith, back in his holdout days, he wasn't a big practice player, didn't like it, didn't particularly love playing football. He just loved Sunday and being a big star. Well, Zeke's different, built different, and it's going to be much harder as the days slowly pass in Cabo, and they're going to pass very slowly, more and more slowly.
Good old time. Yeah. I heard they have a good time in Cabo, Skip. I heard there'd be a good old time in Cabo this time of the year.
They say there is a state-of-the-art workout facility there that he is living in, so he should come back, and he came back in better shape after his 6-game suspension than he was before that. So Jerry said yesterday he's good with that. He has no... you know, he's not worried at all, not 1 ounce of concern about Zeke missing reps and not coming back in shape. But the point, I want to refer to the Mike Freeman piece in Bleacher Report that execs are completely puzzled around the league by why Jerry would poison the negotiations. You're playing hardball. You started it. Zeke was the one who decided to hold out and go to Cabo. In your face, Jerry. And so Jerry said, okay, well, the point is we don't have to have a leading rusher to win the Super Bowl.
Jerry started it by not giving me my money. If you give me my money, break bread.
So do you want Jerry just to go ahead and give Zeke $16 million a year and then give Amari $22 million a year and then give Dak $40 million a year? Is that what you want? Because it's impossible.
It is impossible, but I don't think he's gonna have to. But I do think he's gonna have to pay Ezekiel Elliott, because if we're looking at that franchise and the importance of who ranks the highest on the level of importance, it's Ezekiel Elliott. We understand the value of Dak Prescott and the leadership qualities and the alpha male mentality. He has that. He possesses all of that. And I believe after this season, with the season that I think and believe Dak Prescott is going to have, which I believe he's going to have a really successful year this year.
So do I.
If the Dallas Cowboys wait, they will have created an even greater issue. So you must take care of Ezekiel Elliott. And for me, again, I go back to just that rapport. What owner do we know in our league that has the rapport with his players the way that Jerry Jones does?
Nobody better.
No, and so I mean, nobody. I don't care who you are across the league. Players talk and they have conversation. We know how we were drafted. We know that this is a great issue. We're a young team, but we're all coming up at the same time. But the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and most other organizations is players don't have that opportunity to talk to the one in charge on a daily basis. These guys have immediate and instant all-day access to Jerry Jones. And he welcomes it. Like it's not an uncomfortable elevator ride for these guys because Jerry Jones is reaching out and looking for them. And so when you have that type of rapport, you know, and I believe Ezekiel Elliott truly knows, they're going to pay me. But what I'm asking, it may be a stretch. It may be more than what they're willing to do because of what I've done. And so I think if somebody, to your point, is going to blink, it will be Ezekiel Elliott, but he won't have to blink really hard because they're going to come close to what he wants.
You know who's in all his glory right now? Jerry Jones. This is what he loves the most about owning and operating a football team. This is his personal Super Bowl. Does he want to win another real Super Bowl? Yes, he does. But right now, he's in all his glory because this is what he does best. Negotiate against the cap. Cap wizardry. Loopholes. How do I creatively beat the cap and keep all three players happy? He is the best at doing this because he's already established rapport with all three players. They basically deep down like Jerry. Do they like their money more? Yes, they do, as Shannon always says. But they also, they have some love that's been created for their owner, which helps mitigate the circumstance. It takes a little bit of the fire out of it. It doesn't become quite as personal because Jerry's a pretty good guy. Shannon
Jerry
knows.
made it personal with Zeke. Yeah, I mean, he's great to hang around. But he's made it personal with Zeke. By Skip, there was no need for him to say, well, what we've seen throughout the league is that you don't need the league's leading rusher to win a title.
He just got stung after he fought for Zeke through all those off-the-field incidents. Then Zeke went to Cabo on him. That's no good.
What if you did all that?
Yeah, what did Jerry say yesterday? I have done this a lot more than these players have. He loves this. This is what he has lived for, these negotiations since 1989 when he bought the Cowboys. He is a